Inheritance. Extending a class. One of the important features of object-oriented programming is reusability. Reusability means if some code is already written, instead of writing from scratch, just reuse that code in your own program, because that program is already tested so many times. If I return my program from scratch, it is a time consuming process, as well as it is a very difficult job for me to write very large code. So it is better to use reuse. So Java also supports the reusability concept, and this reusability is done by using inheritance. What is the meaning of inheritance? Inheritance means creating a new class reusing the properties of the existing one. This mechanism, that is the deriving of a new class from the old one, is called as inheritance. If somebody already written a class, using that class I am creating a new class, I am deriving a new class, and all the properties which is in an old class is inherited by derived class. So this is called as inheritance. Here I have two classes. One class is called as old class, which is already written, and another class which is written by me, that is new one. The old class is also called as base class or super class or the parent class, and the class which is created by me is called as subclass or derived class or child class. You can name it in any way. Subclass, derived class or child class is actually a new class. Whenever you inherit a new class or subclass, it will inherit all the variables and methods of their parent. All the variables and methods of parent class is actually inherited in the derived class. In inheritance, there are four different types of inheritance are there. Four different forms. Single inheritance, where we inherit only one super class. Multiple inheritance, where we inherit several superclasses. Hierarchical inheritance means from one superclass we are creating many subclasses, many derived classes. Multi-level inheritance means actually we are deriving a new class from already derived class. Okay, Java does not directly implement the multiple inheritance. In Java, there is no any multiple inheritance. We cannot create it directly. For this, we are using interfaces. I am explaining this concept in the next chapter, interfaces. I will explain with some diagram here. Now the first one is called as, okay, here this one is called as a single inheritance. Here B is actually derived class, which is derived from a single base class A. And this is called as multi-level inheritance. C is actually a derived class which is derived from another derived class, because B is also derived from A here. This is called as hierarchical inheritance. A is a base class here. Using that base class, I am creating three separate derived classes. So it is called as hierarchical. One base class, two or more derived classes. Multiple inheritance means we are creating a one derived class from two or more base classes. And this concept is not available in the Java, but we can achieve this concept with interfaces. Next, how to define a single inheritance or single subclass. If I want to create a single subclass, this is the general syntax. I have created a one class, subclass, and this subclass extends one superclass. And I have declared some variables and methods in my subclasses. Here the subclass contains all the variables and methods declared in the superclass along with the variables declared in the subclasses. Here I am using a keyword called as extends. This extends keyword specifies that this is the superclass from which I am extending the properties into subclasses. This kind of situation occurs when we want to add some more properties from an existing class. And this existing class is not modified. We are taking the properties of the another class into new class without modifying the old class. That is the concept of inheritance. I will explain that concept by using some example here. Now I have created a one class called as room, which is already explained in the previous class. Now here I have created two instance variables, length and breadth, and one constructor called as room, which will accept the value for length and breadth. I have one method called as area, which will calculate the area of the room. Okay, this is about the room class, and this information you already learned in the previous classes. Now what I need, I want to create a one more class called as bedroom, and I already know that I already have a one class called as room, which will provide some feature like length and breadth as well as finding the area of the room. Now what I want the three-dimensional area figure. So I am using a class called as bedroom. So I am taking the advantage of room by extending it. So I just extending the room here into bedroom. That means this bedroom contains length, breadth as well as area here. Bedroom contains length, breadth, area. Apart from this, we have height as well as volume. These are the properties of bedroom. Now here I have created one instance variable called as height, which will take the value of the height of the room. Then I have created one constructor here called as bedroom. Here I am accepting three parameters. Actually I have only one value here, height, but I have accepted here three parameters because I have to, when I am creating a bedroom object, it is the job of this bedroom or the derived class to pass the parameter to the base class constructor here. Whenever you are creating a object of bedroom, you have to pass the parameter to the base class constructor. The reason is, when you create an object of bedroom, first it will create an object of room indirectly. First it will create an object of room, then the bedroom. So first I have to create a bedroom with the 3 parameter x and y, actually passing to the room here x and y, which is nothing but length and breadth. And the third parameter is z, which is nothing but the height. So here the first statement in the derived class, I used it as super. So remember, if the base class contain any constructor and that constructor has need a parameter, that is the base class contain only the parameterized constructor, then the derived class constructor job to pass the parameter to the base class constructor. That is done by the keyword super here. Okay, what it will do, it will take the 2 parameter from the bedroom here and pass this x and y to the base class constructor room here. Now the next z is initialized to height. Then I have identified here volume of the bedroom. I already mentioned that length and breadth is already available here. So just taken from the room. So length into breadth into height gives the volume. I can write this statement in another way also. Instead of calling the two instance variable, I can directly call here the area. I can directly write here area and I just pass here and multiply with here height. This also gives the volume. You can use any one technique to find out the volume. Next I have written one main method here. In the main method I have created room1 object which will take the 3 parameter. The first 2 is for room and the third is for height of the bedroom. Then I am identifying the area of the room, bedroom. This area is actually taken from the room class but run in the bedroom object. Then I have calculated the volume and store it in the volume 1. Here I have displayed both area and volume of the bedroom. This is the program explains about inheritance.